Hey guys, this is Chance again. I was just wanting to give y'all a little tutorial. I've been actually farming here at this site for a few hours now, just getting different particular pieces of armor and weapons that I've been looking for. I got my techno music in the background if you can hear that, you know. Whenever I farm, I don't even listen to the game volume. I've already scouted out the area. But this is a very, very, very good place to farm for legendaries. It's actually called the Sentinel Site. It's here in the Glowing Sea, and it's if y'all have already done a lot of the main storyline quest, it'll take you to this area called the Crater of Adam and this rocky cave. It's just a little southeast of the Crater of Adam, and another good reference point right around here is the Scrap Palace and the edge of the Glowing Sea marker. But this is a good place to farm for legendaries because it spawns in between 1 to 3, very rarely 4 legendary enemies on very hard difficulty. And like I said, I've been doing it here for a few hours. I've already got multiple pieces of different armors that I've been wanting with the particular legendary effect. And the way you'd want to do that to get, it's called loot locking. And what you do is you actually, before you enter in the site, I do this with quick access. You want to get close enough to where you see the open sign to open the door. Then you want to create a quick save. What that does is if it doesn't spawn in the particular weapon or armor piece that you want to have a legendary effect, you reload the quick save. That way it'll reset all enemies within the building. It'll reset all enemies' loot. So therefore, every time you go in there, it'll be different. There'll be a different amount of enemies. There'll be a different amount of legendaries and legendary enemy loot. So therefore, you go in there, and then once you enter in the building, if you have your settings to autosave upon entering and exiting buildings, it'll create an autosave, and that's important. You want to have a quick save and autosave. Because once you actually get the legendary item that you are looking for, say you're looking for a Gauss rifle, okay, and when an enemy drops a Gauss rifle, but it doesn't have the legendary prefect that you want. Say you want a 2-shot legendary Gauss rifle. Well, you get a violent legendary Gauss rifle. Well, if you get the particular item or armor piece you're looking, you'll reload that autosave you created in the beginning. That'll lock in those amount of enemies, those amount of legendary enemies, and it will lock in that particular item, whether it be the armor piece or whether it be the gun. Therefore, whenever you load the autosave, it re-rolls. It gives you a new chance of getting a different legendary effect. And I'll go through here quick to show y'all where the enemies spawn, and therefore you can just quickly go through this area and show exactly where you are. Now, first thing, you ain't got to worry about enemies until you get down to this lower level. You know, you want to come over here, push the button, it'll open the mag locks, of course helping you have the light on. And what's important here is you actually want to grab this holotape here, the Sentinel Site's blast door override. And spoiler, you do have an astoundingly awesome Tales magazine here. You collect every issue of the Astoundingly Awesome Tales, and you gain a +5 radiation resistance, which is really cool. You're in the Glowing Sea, so you get a +5 radiation resistance. Like, hell yeah.
That issue is one of my favorites.
Deacon. And then you continue on down here. Again, there's no enemies spawning until the very bottom. I'll show you where they spawn. You continue on further down these stairs. Continue through these doors right here. It will take it right down this hall, down these stairs, through this little room, and this is where the holotape comes in. This door is not open and will not access. You won't have access to it unless you load in that holotape. Now see, it's closed forced. Now see, I clicked on it and it said must remain closed during launch. But if you go down there to the Sentinel Blast Door Override holotape, you actually can, I passed it. See, Sentinel Site Blast Door Override, you load that in, and it allows you to open the doors. And don't worry if you're going to the other rooms, there's a few other rooms. Once you leave, it puts it back in your inventory. Alright, here's where we have our first two enemies. They spawn up top right here. As you see, you got one there and one there. These two can vary between... This one right here tends to be this feral roamer, but it sometimes can be a legendary. So take these two out here, and then you jump down here. Of course, there is ladders on both sides. There and there. You got a mole rat coming up. And here's where the another two enemies spawn. One spawns there, and one spawns there. And as you can see, there's a legendary right there. It has the chance of becoming a legendary. So you kill that off, take out that sucker. Let's see what legendary he got. So I got 10mm pistol. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for some Nuka World DLC stuff. Alright, so you come around this hall, you'll have a bunch of feral ghouls here. And a lot of the times, this is where you get one of the legendaries. But I didn't happen to get a legendary enemy down this side yet. Take these guys out. Back off.
So, new business model. We team up.
Alright, so we continue on down this hall. Nothing to the right there. You'll take a right here. And you'll have two paths. One to your left and one to your right. You actually want to go ahead and take this little right path here. Because if you look through this hole in the wall in the bathroom here, you actually see a feral ghoul down there. You could take him out easy. They're really weak. But what I like to do, I like to toss a grenade right in there. Kill him without him even knowing I'm there. Oh, I actually didn't kill him that time. Look at that. By God. That's strange. Hit the wrong button there. I got a feral reaver. Take him out real quick. Boom. Got another one coming off the wall there, and they always come through the same spots.
It's fighting time.
And then another one pops out through that hole. They'll always crawl through the same spots. One will crawl through there, one will pop out of here, and one will walk through the door. Of course, if you don't want to wait, you can come in this hall, throw a grenade, you're good. Then you turn down here. This is where this other ghoul is. I didn't end up killing him. See? He survived. But that's where that little hole in the wall I told you was. You throw a grenade through here, and you have to aim at the lowest possible, and it'll land right in front of him and kill him. But you continue on down the hall here. That's the door we just came through, or the hole in the wall we just came through. Continue on down here, and there's one more location where legendary enemies tend to spawn. Alright, so you got a right path here going down some stairs, and then you got this left path here that's got some dead bodies floating in there, but there's two feral ghouls always in here. There's one there and one there. This is where another spot where they tend to have legendaries. But as you can see, I actually didn't get the legendary items that I wanted in this run through. But that's where you keep reloading the quick save and do it over again. That'll reset all the enemies, and that will reset all the loot that they drop. So I simply just come across here, go to my quick save that I created earlier before I entered the building, and just start the process over again. And it keeps re-rolling the legendary enemies, how many of them you have, what loot they have, and you keep doing that until you get the particular item you want. And if you're lucky, you'll get it with the variant that you want. Most of the time you won't, but that's where the autosave comes in, like I said before. So you just come in there again and start the whole process over again, guys. So that's my little spiel on legendary farming. So if y'all would like to know anything more about other locations or make other videos on other locations where enemies spawn, and also this is not just a one-shot deal. You can do this multiple times. So you can find the enemy that you, or the item that you want, get the variant that you want, and wait 21 days in-game time. You know, go around, play some missions, whatever, but wait 21 days, and you come back to this site, and all the enemies will be respawned. All the loots and everything, it'll be back to like you never went there at the beginning. So it's pretty sweet. I'm telling you, it's pretty awesome. All right, guys. Again, this is Chance, and hopefully like and subscribe. Thank you, guys.